The Trio Titans from Dafuqboom are undoubtedly one of the coolest and at the same time, strongest sets of Titans in all fandoms. But did you ever wonder how far they could go if they entered the multiverse? How far would they go? And how would their presence shape the story? Okay, here's how we're going to do it. Since there are a lot of difficult episodes in the multiverse, each holding overpowered mutants and threats, we will only pick 5 episodes. However, instead of picking the episodes based on difficulty, we're going to spin the wheel. And whichever episode the wheel chooses, the Trio Titans, at their prime, would face off against all threats and mutants to see if they could complete it. So let's spin the wheel. And now, we've got episode 29. Damn, why do we have to start with something hard? Well, anyways, there were 2 parts to the 29th episode, both of which had the Scientist and the Counter-Titan as the opposing enemies. But let's be real, the Trio Titans would easily take out the Scientist in a heartbeat, and the best part is, he might not even have the opportunity to retreat since the TV Titan is there to absorb the teleportation smoke. However, for the Counter-Titan, they would be in great danger. Despite all their abilities and weapons, the Counter-Titan would easily take care of them. Besides, I really don't see anything the Speaker Titan would bring to the table. So the only thing going for them here is for all of them to team up and fight with strategy. Seriously, the TV Titan would have to give both the camera and Speaker Titans some energy so they would be able to carry out and release high and destructive attacks. However, even with that, they wouldn't be able to defeat the Counter-Titan. The only win condition they have is to make it a prolonged battle, so the durability of the Counter-Titan would reduce. Then, they could land some critical hits, but I don't see this working out successfully as the Counter-Titan could still regenerate. Okay, you've seen this one isn't even close at all. Using his copy abilities, he would be able to use their attacks and weapons against them. Thus, the Counter-Titan would take this one. But spinning the wheel again, we've got episode 39. Okay, someone should tell me why we're landing on episodes with multiple parts. Anyways, there are 5 parts in this episode, and even though it's that many, it still basically has 5 primary, or should I say potential enemies. Putting them in chronological order, they would be 0, 2, 0, 1, the Commander, 0, 4, and 0, 5. So how would this battle go? Well, as we saw from 0, 2, he was able to at least hold his own against the upgraded Drill and Speaker Titans. And as you can see, I said at least because after that, my man literally got cooked. I mean, seriously, he was even killed with fire. Anyways, when faced against the Trio Titans, how would he fare? Well, technically, the Titans would have the edge here, as the TV Titan, with his variety of extra abilities, would give them some openings. The Camera Titan could also use his Flame Core to replicate the Drill Titan's showings. Even though it is much weaker, it's still capable of doing something. Also, one thing to consider here is that 0-2 is much taller than the others, but even with that, it still wouldn't matter. 0-2 got defeated, and the Titans win with mid or maybe high difficulty depending on the given situation. However, a bigger daddy arrives, the male 0-1. How would this one go? 0-1 is obviously much more powerful than their previous opponent, as he could easily overpower the Titans in his show. And damn, his physical strength is off the charts. He could also handle the Speaker Titan just fine, as seen in the original story. Honestly, even if we give the Titans full strength on this one, they would still stand no chance and would have to resort to using strategy. But still, I don't see them coming out on top in this one, as their opponent was not only able to hold his own against the transformed Drill Titan, but could also survive being blasted into lava as well. Yeah, this guy's durability is no joke, and with all of that mentioned, he would surely win against the Trio Titans. But yeah, this would come with very high or even extreme difficulty. But it doesn't end there, as now we would have to see how their battle with 0-7 would go. 0-7 is known to be the commander of the toilets in the Multiverse series. He's shown to excel in both strength and speed, most notably when he stood on equal footing with the Clock Titan. Okay, I know some of you guys think he's a fraud since after all his yapping, he still got defeated. But still, we shouldn't underestimate his strength, as not many Titans could even compare to the future Clockman who defeated him. I mean, damn, many people even think he's more powerful than the Clock and Tri-Titan. So the commander being on par with this guy truly shows how strong he really is. Now, is he strong enough to defeat the Trio Titans? Well, I'm not so sure to be honest, but all I would say is that he is stronger, faster, has better abilities and hacks, and even better endurance. So yeah, whether he could defeat the Titans is quite uncertain, but it is a fact that his stats are way higher. So I'll let you all decide in the comments. Is the commander stronger than Dafuqboom's Trio Titans or not? Let's hear those thoughts. Moving on to the final opponents in this episode, 0-4 and 0-5. Well, truth be told, we don't really know how strong these guys really are since they were faced against the wrong opponent. So we could safely say they could possibly lose this round. But if we assume that they are as strong as the other Zeros, then it gets more interesting. This might be true since the professor said that they would be used to hold up the Clock Titan, so they should be pretty strong. But either way, due to their limited showings, they are definitely losing against Dafuqboom's trio. So overall, in this episode, the Titans got 2 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 uncertain outcome. But let's spin the wheel to see which episode is next. The 19th episode. Well, here we have to consider the fact that at the end of the episode, they would have to find a way to evade the falling kamikaze. But first, they have to fight against Pennywise and the scientist. Now, not gonna lie, I actually believe that just our TV Titan alone would be able to clear this episode. But let's just say they all go in. How would this fight play out? Well, the speaker and camera Titans would go for the scientist, while the TV Titan would probably go for Pennywise. The only thing I'm seeing the scientist do here is stopping the Titans in time with his time blast, but still, I don't think this would be enough to take both the camera and speaker Titans. Also, you gotta remember that the TV Titan would be done with Pennywise in a flash, and I don't even think I have to explain the beating the scientist would get later on. Now, on the note of the kamikaze, here is how I believe this one would go. You see, the camera Titan in the multiverse was able to evade this using his shield, but as we can see, the camera from the original shield isn't that great. This is because the camera from the multiverse has more energy reserves than the original and thus could convert a large amount of energy into a shield. However, if we assume that the TV Titan aids the camera Titan with energy, they would be able to replicate what the multiverse camera did, and this would protect all of them from the massive destructive attack. So the trio Titans are completing this one with rather easy difficulty. However, let's see what we've got next. Okay, now we've got the first timeline episode in the show. Not much has to be said about this episode, as it was considered an extra scene. In that episode, we got to see the counter Titan, and as explained, the counter would come out victorious. However, this time it would be even more difficult for the other Titans, as the scientist would also aid in the fight. So yeah, despite how you look at it, they would take the L on this one. But spinning the wheel again and oh wow, I guess the trio is in for something big. Episode 33 was quite an episode, I would say, as it almost took all the traits of the other episodes we recently covered. There were multiple random mutants, a strong mutant, and a kamikaze. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. In the first phase of the episode, the Titans would have to face off against the undead Skibidi, the flamethrower mutant, and the boxing mutant. Now, just leave that boxing Skibidi to my daddy TV, as they would be the perfect match. The camera Titan would take on the undead mutant, and just like in the original, he'd be winning with low difficulty. Even though this time, this dude got a shield, his fate would still be the same. Now, the speaker Titan would have to fight against the flame Skibidi. Okay, truth be told, they would pass this one easily as well. But the next enemy wouldn't be that easy, as they would be up against the Skull Astro. How would this one play out? You see, the Skull Astro is said to take on, or rather absorb, the speed trait of the commander. So yeah, good luck to the Titans matching that. However, I still don't see any means he could attack them as well. But the real problem on the table arrives, the missiles. How would they stop this? Well, not gonna lie, I literally spent a lot of time researching and thinking of a way or strategy the Titans could use to stop this, but I couldn't come up with something good. Okay, just for context, let me tell you some of my crazy assumptions. The TV Titan could teleport as his arm and cut all the missiles, making them explode in the air, but yeah, that's definitely impossible due to the sheer number of missiles there is. Plus, I don't think the TV Titan's teleportation ability could cover such a range. Secondly, I thought maybe the camera Titan could turn on his shield and ram into all of them, taking all the explosions, but nah, that ain't a good one either. Not only would he not be able to destroy all of them, but he would still die in the process. So yeah, the Titans wouldn't be able to stop the barrage of missiles. Plus, with the Astro's shell around, it makes things even harder. However, something that isn't hard for you is to hit that subscribe button. We're on a goal to surpass Rolando before the next 24 hours, and I know we can do it. However, check out this video to see what would happen if the Drill Titan transformed earlier in his battle against the TV Titan in episode 25. Go on, check it out.